Guys, I have a theory that the Rangers are not doing so well recently. Welcome to Shut the Puck Up. Let's get right into it, and it's that the Rangers maybe have not been the best at the moment. The Rangers-Islanders game was good for us. We had some shorthanded goals, that was very good. But then the Rangers-Sabres game comes along 2 days later, and oh my, how Igor starts to fall.
That was a bad game.
Bad performance by him. It was 4 goals in it was 2 goals in 2 minutes and then 4 goals in the second period entirely. I mean, just for Igor, it's not good for him as he is in the middle of trying to negotiate his contract of being the highest paid goaltender ever to start this slump.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm wearing black. That's in mourning of the team defense that has seemingly disappeared over the last stretch of few games.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, defense has always been a struggle. That was our biggest thing in the postseason. But with Igor and just letting in that many goals, it's going to be difficult for him. But I feel like people kind of forget that he tends to do this, honestly. And it's not necessarily terrible because, if it happens every once in a while, so what? But last season 2, he had a solid month where he was just slumped. He couldn't seem to keep goals out of the net. And the good thing with us is that we have Quick to back it up. And then Quick comes into net in the next game after that, and he gets a 4-0 shutout. In a game that should not have been a shutout, honestly. I don't know if you saw that game.
I caught the end of that game.
It was a very much Red Wings on full fire game. They were getting all of the scoring chances, and he was just doing great. And our defense is also doing pretty good to keep it that way. But we did not get that many chances to shoot. We were not getting that much sustained time in the other zone, but still managing to pull that off. And you saw Quick make some pretty incredible saves.
Yeah, then Shesterkin goes against the Jets and lets up 6 goals again.
Yeah, which the Jets game, it was a little something that I didn't expect much of because going into that, the Winnipeg Jets had a 14-game win streak. They've only lost 1 game so far this season, and that was against the Maple Leafs, which I don't know why that's the team you give up the win to.
They're a solid team.
They are, but they didn't have the best start in the opening season. But so they come in, and it was a close game for a while, but we never led, and that was our issue. Was that we never led, and then at the very end, 3 goals get let in, and we were just not able to return it. But despite the fact of I feel like the score was pretty close, I still don't think that was a good game for Igor. I feel like Igor, most of his games before that Sabres game, he was only letting in at most 3 goals, usually less than. So I feel like whenever he lets in more than 3 goals, that's a bad game for him. Even if we win it, it's just a bad game for him.
Yeah. He's hit that stretch of the year. Was it around this time last year where he did that?
I feel like it was later. It was more towards the All-Star break. It was a little bit before that. So I want to say it was more February or March that he started it. But starting it now just might not be good for his contract negotiations. I mean, what we've been hearing is 11 and a half for 8 years.
Which I think he turned down.
I don't know how much more he's going to turn down at this point. But also with the Rangers, we have another player slumping, which is Mika Zibanejad, that has kind of been noticed by everybody, all the fans, that Mika just has not been able to get the job done on anything recently.
No,
and he had 3 giveaways in the Winnipeg game that resulted in 3 Jets goals. And he just has not been able to start up. And then you look at, weirdly enough, our 3rd and 4th lines have been picking up quite a bit. I mean, we had Kakko get some goals. Keto's been doing all right. And then Will Cooley started picking up. He's a player that only had, I believe, 10 goals in total last season. He's already at 5. And we are not that far into the season.
I think, Cooley is one of the most effective players the Rangers have in terms of even strength right now. So that's a bad sign when you're paying someone like Zibanejad $8 million a year. And he's dead even with Cooley on points.
Yeah, so we have some of our top players just not kind of performing like that. Even Trocheck, I feel like, hasn't been doing as much either. Panarin's been doing good. Lafreniere has been doing great, which I expected, as always. He's picking up Cooley, whether he'll start to break out or whether it'll just be like an average kind of season, he'll start to become more of an average player, I don't know, but it's nice to see that he's starting to get a little bit more, and I think that's going to start getting him moving up into the lines. He got into the first line, or the opening lineup a couple of games because he's just been good, and Laviolette's been kind of playing around with the lines trying to see what'll work.
Yeah. You definitely have to figure something out. Because what has been working in the past is not working now.
No, it's not. And I think one thing he's definitely trying to switch around is the defensive pairs, because Lindgren came back, and then they've just kind of been moving everybody around. We had Victor Mancini get sent back down to the AHL, and so now still Lindgren is not with his usual partner, I believe. I don't think they put him back with Miller. I think that was what it was. So they're still switching things around, trying to see what'll work. And you know what? Hopefully we get something that works that we can just stick with so we can get back on a winning streak. Tonight we go up against the Sharks, so hopefully we can win that. But they can be a tough team despite being the worst team in the league. As we saw in the Devils game, where the Devils got shut out by them, and then just 2 days later, the Devils beat the Florida Panthers, last year's Stanley Cup champions. I just don't. It's such a weird game that they can get shut up by the Sharks one day and then beat Florida the next, who is a really good team.
Sometimes that just happens. I don't know, is that jersey on the back of back-to-back games or what? But the Sharks, they've got 5 wins, 3 overtime losses. They're pretty solid.
Yeah, the Sharks.
Not as bad as you'd expect, but still not great.
No, but the Devils have also had a really good start to the season. They started off with the 2-0 win, and they're doing really good, so we'll have to see what will happen with them. And that is all we are going to be discussing for now. It's time for us to shut the puck up. Yeah, I mean, I always dreamed of playing hockey. And you know what? I think I'm at a point in my life where I've worked hard enough for it. And I think I'm ready. Maybe I should just do a talk show.
What a beautiful play by Trevor Igor.
The kid's got some marvelous hands, dude. That was insane.
Driving to the net. He scores! Here's Benson in front. What a move! Score! Spins. Backhander. He scores! In comes Fairman with a pass. Oh, he scores! He bats it in. Low. Bedard! Lacrosse scores! What a play! I don't believe what I just saw.
Otherworldly skill here as he just softly picks that up on his stick.
All right, and we are back. We're with the new host.
Hi, I'm Nolan. I'm from Long Beach. I'm a political science major. I'm a big Bruins fan.
Bruins. We actually have someone who's a fan of a different team, which is going to be
New.
Yeah, it's a little weird to not have my opinion validated. Being a New Yorker, it's hard to hear somebody say your team sucks. But Bruins have had kind of an okay season.
Yeah. Ups and downs, roller coaster.
Ups and downs. I mean, you just said you thought they were last in the division, and then you checked, and now they're
third in the Atlantic. Yes.
Yeah, looking at them, they've been all right. Had a lot of overtime games recently, but I think the biggest game that people have seen, or at least that I cared about, was them against Ottawa, because that is where Ullmark was traded. Because you guys last year had arguably the best goalie tandem in the league with Swayman and Ullmark, and then they get rid of Ullmark because I guess, if you have 2 good goaltenders like that, you can get something for one of them. You might as well get rid of. I don't quite remember what you guys got.
We got a first, and we ended up drafting a 6'8" forward. I forget his name. Lamoureux, something like that. And then we got Mark Kostelic, and I forget who the other one was.
All right.
It was another asset. Oh, Korpisalo.
Seems like you got good stuff for him, but you went up against Ottawa and you guys lost to Ullmark.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Overtime. It was a good game. I didn't get the chance to watch it, but I remember that was one of Swayman's better games recently. he's had a tough go at things, but he's not doing as well as he did in past years. Our defense definitely took a step down. I think he's on the come up again. He's had a couple good games recently. He has a shutout recently. I don't remember when that was, but I do remember that.
Yeah, he did have some shutouts.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Korpisalo had the one against Philadelphia, and then we came back.
Yeah, some back-to-back shutouts. So you guys have had a decent start. Another thing with Swayman that I find funny was you guys traded Olmark and then nearly lost Swayman too because contract negotiations in the beginning
We're not pretty.
were not looking too good for Swayman to be locked in with Boston, which obviously the Rangers have had some trouble locking in our goaltenders too.
Yes, I do know about that. $12 million he turned down, didn't he? Shesterkin.
Yeah, he's been turning down, and then he hasn't been doing good recently.
No,
so we'll have to.
He's gonna have to step it up if he wants money. But yeah,
Yep.
Swayman. I don't think he's been playing 8.25 million hockey, but he's getting 8.25 million. He's gonna be doing that for 8 years, hopefully, as long as we don't trade him, cut him, or whatever. But yeah, the Ottawa game. I don't remember what happened that Ottawa game, but I know we lost in overtime. I know we didn't get a goalie hug at the end, but
Yeah, no, I saw a video of you kind of see Swayman skating off, and then
with
Olmark going in for
Olmark
the
hugging
hug.
everyone, yeah, that.
You got to wonder just how it felt for both of them, the emotions that they probably both felt going up against each other.
I bet Olmark didn't mind the win, but
I'm sure the winner didn't mind.
Yeah, but I get the feeling that Swayman didn't have the most fun after that. And then other than Swayman, after that trade, Kostelic has been good. He was good in the beginning. He was putting up more points than our top lines. I'm looking here, top player. He was against Florida in the loss. Looks like it's about it. But our bottom line was putting up really good points. Kopke, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name.
I don't know this team as well as you do.
No, I know. It's maybe
right.
lucky you.
Yeah, well, we'll wrap up this segment. We'll ask one more thing before we wrap up for you, which is what is one thing you would change about the Bruins right now? What is one thing you think that they need to change in order to be a better team?
If you asked me a week ago, I would have said we have to fire Montgomery, although I think he's turning it around recently. Looks like 4 wins in the last 6 games. It's a good run. But yeah, now I feel like we can definitely work on defense and figure out this Lindholm injury that we have right now. It's our first or second guy that's a big loss for the blue line. McAvoy's going to have to step it up as he usually does.
It's always the defense, isn't it?
Always the defense.
Well, Bruins go up against Dallas as of filming this tonight. Rangers go up against the Sharks tonight. We'll see how both of those go. And we are going to shut the puck up. That is the end of the episode. Good night to all. You want to wave goodbye?
Oh, yes.
The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions.